As I'm sure that you already know, every narcissist is all about control. The reason that they are in your life in the first place is because they want to control you. Why do they want to control you? Why do they want to control anybody? Well, because they want something from you called supply. Supply is anything that will inflate the ego of the narcissist. That is why, again, that's why he or she is in your life. That's why you are in their life. That's why you people are intermingled in any way that you happen to be. And if there was no supply there, the narcissist, quite frankly, would have very little to do with you. Maybe superficially, but you would find him or her pretty much absent in your life because they're busy with other people who they can control. Well, how do they control you? We've talked about this in other videos, but now we're going to approach it from a completely different angle. So first of all, we need to understand this, that a narcissist wants you to feel obligated. And if you don't feel obligated to a narcissist, well, why is the narcissist in your life, as we said earlier? There's no point. So he's got to do something, she has to do something that makes you feel like, well, you kind of owe them, you know? That they're in your life and they're enhancing your life by virtue of their very presence. You know, talked about that yesterday. By virtue of the fact that they are in your life, well, that's good enough. Yeah, that's a favor. So they actually believe this. You know, they're angels of light from their perspective. Well, really, they're demons, but they're angels of light in their perspective. So they are here brightening your day. Everything they do just sunshiny and making your life so much better. And they actually believe this, at least on a surface level. So you are now obligated to them because you let them in your life. You don't know that now because at the very beginning, okay, you've got this friendship and it's kind of new and the guy seems nice. He's very charismatic and other people like him. And what's the problem? So, you know, could be a woman. It doesn't really matter because, you know, narcissists come both male and female. Well, now what? Well, second is after they want you to feel obligated and after they feel like they have enhanced your life by virtue of their very presence, you're going to notice that these people have built what we call an edifice. Well, let's call it a building, a structure, whatever. They have built this fort of people. It's a social network. And these people have narcissists, many of them. They got a lot of friends. Superficial friends, but they've got a lot of friends. They know a lot of people. If they are on social media, for example, and some of them aren't because they don't want anyone to find them, but if they are on social media and you check out their friends, they usually have thousands of friends because they want everyone to be their friend. They want everyone to like them. They want everyone to think of them as the good guy because as the good guy, well, you know, they got something to hide. And if they can convince everybody that they're the good guy, well, okay, the majority wins, right? So many people see the narcissist as this great person. He can't possibly be a bad guy because, well, he's got this edifice, he's got this superstructure, this infrastructure, this social structure of so many people that are on his side. Well, what if you need a favor? What if you need, you know, like a promotion at work or maybe you're in a dispute of some kind and you really need a favor more than just a friendship. Well, here he is. He's there to help, or she is there to help. Help you get that promotion, take your side in the dispute, and they've got the superstructure, this infrastructure of the social network at their beck and call. I mean, these people got flying monkeys coming out the kazoo, and I don't even know what a kazoo is, but they got them, and they're full of them, and they're coming out of them. They got friends everywhere. Why? Because a narcissist is sometimes by their very nature, or sometimes it's something that's learned, but they're charismatic. They have to be because it's part of duping people. They've got to trick people into believing that they're the good guys. And it works. I mean, that's where they get this army of flying monkeys, winged monkeys, of narcissists by proxy. You know, sometimes hundreds, maybe even, well, hundreds, sometimes thousands, I suppose, if you count all their friends on Facebook. But sometimes hundreds, thousands, that may be a bit of an exaggeration. All right, so they've done you a favor, and they want to do you favors at the very beginning. I mean, not just being your friend, your buddy, that's a favor in and of itself. But they want to do these other favors for you. Why? To make you feel obligated. so that you will owe them a favor. Now, keep this in mind because this is so very important. You can't do a narcissist a favor. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Because in his thinking, her thinking, you already owe them. You're not doing them a favor. You're paying them back. You're paying a debt. So number 4 is what they're really doing is they are creating these favor debts. So they did a favor for you by coming into your life. That's enough. Okay, you owe them. They're entitled, but they're going to do other favors to make you really feel entitled, or to make you feel obligated, I should say. This is all in their mind. This is all in their thinking. None of it is actually true. But they do expect, and because this is reality to them, a little bit delusional, right? But this is reality to them, and they have created these favor debts, and they expect you to do them favors. And again, as we said earlier, they're entitled. That, by the way, is number 5, and it's a huge telltale sign. That is a red flag. Once you find that you cannot do any favors for the narcissist, but that he feels that he is entitled when you do things for him or things for her, there's no thank you to it. It's, you're supposed to do that. You're obligated to me to do that. I mean, what warning sign do you need? That's pretty much it, right? No, it's not it. Because here's what happens, and keep in mind, I'm nearly 70 years old. And I've actually experienced this with narcissists, is these people become, this idea that they're your friend, that your buddy becomes so embedded in your mind, so saturated in your mind that you can't separate it. You honestly think these people are your true friends, even as they're scamming you, even as they're screwing you over. It's just saturated your brain. It's so deep down inside, so rooted. You can't fathom them not being your friend. And they know that. That's why they scam you continuously. These so-called catfish scams, romance scams. Why do people just keep sending people money? It's because they believe. We're believers, right? People are all believers. We like to believe good things. And they know that, and they take advantage of it. So even though they are scamming you and you're trying to pay them back, but they don't see it as a favor, they see it as a payback because they're entitled to it. We don't catch on to that because our thinking has been, let's call it brainwashing. They've effectively brainwashed us into convincing us that no matter what we do for them, they are our friend. Okay, they're controlling us. That's what we're talking about, right? How does a narcissist control us? By convincing us that he or she is such a dear, beloved, beneficial part of our lives. Yeah, we buy it. We buy it. So now what do they expect? Well, number 6 is we expect them to do their bidding for them. And again, we're obligated. And again, they're entitled. So we're obligated. They're entitled. Entitled to what? Entitled to our loyalty. So when they need something, when they need anything, they've got us as their favored flying monkey of all their flying monkeys. And again, sometimes they got hundreds of them, maybe dozens, but hundreds of them sometimes. And of all those flying monkeys, of all those narcissists by proxy, guess what? You are the favorite. They've got you convinced. Now, what about these other flying monkeys? Well, he's got them convinced too. Every one of them, or many of them, believe that they are the favored monkey, flying monkey, winged monkey, however you want to say it, that they are the one who are going to do the bidding for the narcissist because, well, they are his or her favorite. It sounds like a cult, doesn't it? And basically it's what it is, a one-on-one cult. Only it doesn't have the infrastructure, doesn't have the organization that a cult would have, may not have a compound. Well, basically every cult leader that I've ever seen is a narcissist, so maybe we could say that a cult is just an organized narcissist, or that a narcissist is a disorganized cult leader. However you want to say it, that's the way it seems to work out. Well, number 7 is this. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when you catch on? And you say to the narcissist, maybe literally, or maybe just think of this, but you're saying, hey, you're not my friend. Friends don't scam people. Friends don't feel entitled. You're not a blessing or benefit or anything. You're not, to my life, you're not a ray of sunshine. You're a nightmare. You're not an angel of light. You're the prince of darkness. You're an evil person, and you're just faking it. What happens when we get to that point? Well, remember, what they can't dominate, they destroy. And if they can't control you, there's no middle ground. There's no gray area. This is black and white. They dominate or they destroy. They run or they ruin. They're going to run your life or they're going to ruin your life, one or the other. And if you say, no, you're not going to run my life anymore, well, then they're going to ruin you. If you say, no, you're not going to dominate me anymore, well, then they're going to destroy you. And once you're in the trap, it's inevitable. So brace yourself. See those two rectangles on the screen? If you want to keep the conversation going, all you got to do is click on one of those two rectangles and we'll keep on talking. If not, thanks for stopping by and see you all next time.